All righty, ladies and gentlemen, we are live with the
live?
Social UnDistancing Show.
DJ voice.
We have a producer here that's in my ear that's really giving some input that I really didn't expect today, so I apologize for that.
You didn't really ask for it, huh?
Yeah.
Kinda.
That we have Jamie down there, or Jay Pineapples today. He's going
Jay
by Jay Pineapples today. And then Miss Sandy,
Hello.
broadcasting from the kitchen.
Sandy.
It's the most unused room in the house.
Right. Well, it was in ours, and then it's
And then all of a sudden, I know, I'm like, I've got
The kitchen?
What's up with
the
that?
kitchen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh. So are we on the website yet? Are we showing?
Yeah, I think we are. So let me see what, so we can kind of get a. I'm viewing it as a visitor. I need to.
You are a visitor.
We'd like to thank everybody that liked. We were at 30 today, and now we're at 112 followers.
That's pretty snazzy.
We went crazy.
Yeah, it's like we
And-
kind of bought a bunch of viewers or something. I don't know.
Right, exactly.
I don't know anything about how to do that.
Yeah, we're good at that. I'm not seeing us. Are y'all seeing us?
I'm not.
Did you hit the go live button up there?
Oh, I'm
Or
gonna-
broadcast button?
Yeah. Wait, you know what? I
What?
wonder if it's on my personal one. God.
Oh,
I do
God. You weren't supposed to share it to your personal.
See it on the page right
It's
here.
on my personal one.
No,
Oh.
no,
What?
that's the old one.
That's an old one. Our producer is a little behind
Yeah,
here.
here, that was your message.
Oh, and you know why? Because I have it. I got to go public. And then, oh my
Hold
goodness.
everyone, technical difficulties. Just a few
Technical
more minutes.
difficulties.
Please
Share
stand
to a
by.
page.
Oh,
Oh
Joe.
my goodness. Share to a
The whole reason for having a producer is so stuff like this doesn't happen.
He said he had it, so
Ah.
I just want to go ahead and say I think our broadcast is haunted tonight.
This is technically recording, so even though it's not broadcasting, this is recording. And when it does go, it will show this. So this will be like the bonus content, you know?
Right.
Right. Okay, so now I think if we go to the Social UnDistancing page, you should see it.
Let's see. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
There's 4 people.
All right. So you said to share it as myself or as my.
You want to click on the circle in the bottom right,
Yep.
your name, and then click on share.
All right. So you said to share it as myself.
Also, you might want to hit the volume on your.
What is going on?
My bad. That was me.
Oh, I was like, what is happening here?
That was Sandy. Where's your producer, Sandy? We all need a producer right there beside us.
I
Right.
felt like one
Here
of
that
those
we're
calling
on
into
the
the
right page.
radio. Long time listener, first time caller.
Is it working? It is now, Nick. It is now. We apologize for the technical difficulties. This is like our 3rd show, so come on, give us a break.
Throw us a freaking bone.
There was a bone here. Nice. All right, so today's topic. Oh, let me do that. I need to put that on the banner. See, where's our producer?
Don't be blaming me. Our producer's just someone you bring everything on now.
Yes, it is.
No, I brought you the guest.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
I
The
feel like
guest.
you've got to cut her a paycheck at some point.
I feel like this is the part where I just say, "Hi, Sandy. How are you doing today?"
Lovely weather we're having.
Right? You know, the day before yesterday was nice and sunny and shorts weather up here, and then yesterday was freezing cold and parka weather, and now today we're back to shorts.
We're back to wind
where
today.
where you're from.
Oh, I am from Bloomington, Illinois. Actually, I'm from Lubbock, Texas, with the other two, but I've been living in Bloomington, Illinois for the past decade now. So this is where I call home.
That's what you call home. Sandy, where are you from?
I'm originally from Morton. Jamie, I don't know if you remember that now.
I do remember that.
And I am currently a resident of Wolford, Texas.
I didn't know that part.
Yes.
Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Miss Tiffany Martinez.
So Jamie will be on the Google today. He is
I
the
will be.
Google man. I will be controlling the comments, and Sandy is here for the looks. So because
Oh,
we
my makeup person didn't show up today.
We're working on that. We're working on that. Okay.
so
And
that's the order for today anyway.
and she'll help fill in the gaps too, like when we're
Yeah.
googling and
Especially we're
clicking
talking
buttons.
movies.
Oh, that's right. She's our
Movie-
movie expert tonight.
or TV shows. Yeah, it's not gonna. We're gonna have some problems with that. So go ahead, Jerry.
So we're doing ghosts tonight. That was a topic. So if you weren't here last night, we were talking about TV shows. Make sure you check me on my mic if it sounds crazy. I don't want all of our listeners to be like, "Oh," but
No, your mic's
so-
good.
Okay, good. So ghosts is the topic that Sandy chose for us tonight, and I thought we'd kind of open up with some sharing. First off, between the three of us, who here believes in ghosts?
Not it. Not it.
So in the room so far, you've got two people who are believers and one non-believer.
Right here. That's me.
Total septic. I mean skeptic.
You just call me septic?
Total septic. You know, while we're on that topic, I've got a septic tank in the backyard, actually.
Yeah, you had to get used to that because
Yeah.
we don't have those here in Texas.
Oh my gosh! One day, the stuff started backing up, and I was like, "What happened?" We had to call them out, and one of my kids just, as a baby, she just threw all the freaking wipes in the toilet, and somehow they went through, clogged up the whole. Oh my gosh!
That was a pretty penny.
It really was. You should anyway.
We digress. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
I'm the skeptic. So here's the thing. I kind of believe in that stuff, but nothing has ever happened to me in front of my eyes, personal, otherwise. So, like, I used to watch Ghost Hunters. That was cool. They got some evidence and stuff like that, but I don't know. It's a TV show. So how much am I going to believe?
Yes.
I was just,
Probably, yeah, not very much of it. So that's the reason that I'm a skeptic. So, but we have two others, and we've actually been on ghost hunts, all three of us together, right?
Yes.
yeah.
And what are you doing to your video?
It's
That looks
haunted.
freaky.
Is your screen haunted?
Wow. Look at that.
You,
I just want to get in the mood of things, okay?
All right, people, we only have an hour. Stay.
I got the producer in my ear. I got the producer in my ear here.
I mean, she's doing good. Hey.
I'm okay with that. Okay, so before I know we have something going on, someone kind of on standby, and I don't want them to wait too long, Joe. I'll let you introduce them in a minute. But before we do that, I just kind of, if we can both just go around the room. Joe, you kind of alluded to it. Let's just take like a couple minutes real quick and just kind of share maybe an experience that happened to us on why we believe what we believe right now. Sandy, why don't you go first, if you don't mind?
Okay. Okay, sure. So, growing up, we always had, I don't know if it was just the stories that we heard growing up or what it was, but I mean, we always heard things at our house, around the house. As most of you guys know, we grew up on the farm, and we were neighbors to our landlords. And I mean, just some of the stuff that happened in their house, and I'll just do one instance real quick. They had actually left, and so my dad would go over there and check on the house, make sure everything was okay. And he was coming, we usually came in through the garage. And so when he was coming in, he heard a cough and a toilet flush, and he thought, well, maybe they're back, and they just didn't let him know. So he went back to their bedroom where he heard the cough and the toilet flushing, and nobody was there. And you know, us growing up around the house and stuff, I mean, it kind of gave us the chills, just, you know, the goosebumps just kind of being there. And they had got us a computer when I was about 16. And so I would go over there every night pretty much and go be messing around on the computer. And the door just slammed shut. I mean, like someone had to take it and slam. And so, I mean, just some of those things were, I mean, that's why I believe, because it happened. I mean, and, you know, maybe my dad tells tall tales now because he's older, but I mean, back then, you know, he didn't. And it was just kind of, after he told us that, we were just a little bit more cautious about going over there by ourselves. But yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you never actually witnessed this, though?
I witnessed the door slamming. I
Oh.
mean, like I was on the computer and
Oh,
the
that's
door
right.
was behind me and it slammed. Yeah.
Sorry, I was halfway listening and our dog and stuff. So that's
Producer.
No. And then most recently, this was a few years ago. I don't know if y'all are familiar. My brother owns a shop in Morton, a mechanic shop. And I was actually driving out to Spur and we were talking. And I heard somebody yell in the phone. I heard it. It said Frank, and it sounded like a white older male. And he said, "Hey, hold on, sis. I'm going to see who that is." I'm like, "Okay." He said, "I'll call you back." So he calls me back and he said, "Did you hear someone call me?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "It sounded like an old white man." That's what I thought. And he said, "Well, I heard it." And he said, and the guy that was in the restroom, his guy that was working for him at the time, heard it, but there was nobody there. And so, I mean, it was just unexplainable. But his shop does have a bunch of stuff in there. Like they always hear a bunch of stuff too.
Oh wow.
So,
Yeah, her brothers actually posted a couple of orbs that they caught on his security system.
Really?
yeah.
We should have brought those videos on here so we could see those. We could show everyone.
Well, our producer, it's just kind of we need to get something together, and so she's giving me evil eye. Here, I'll put.
I know. I'm like,
Fine, keeper. We have an hour.
So, what about you, Joe? You want to tell us why you believe or don't believe? Or?
I told y'all why I don't believe nothing's ever happened to me, ever.
Okay.
Like, there's been no reason for me, like no creepy eyes, no someone breathing in my ear or nothing like that. So, no, nothing.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess for me, I can remember one night. It's so apt right now. I can remember one night I was playing a video game, and it was Final Fantasy VII. No, it was Silent Hill. I was playing the first Silent Hill. I'm sitting on the floor. I'm looking up at the TV, and I'm playing. And I remember this game just gives me the creeps already. So maybe I have a predisposition this evening for that. I don't think so, but I can recall playing the game, and it's way late in the night. My family's asleep. The door's open. I can see my parents' door, my mom and my stepfather. I can see their door, and then between both rooms, there's the bathroom on one side, and then the kitchen's on the other side, right? So I'm sitting there playing, and then I kind of just had that feeling. And so I just look around like that, and it's an older house, and the floors creaked and all that. So I heard the creak, and then I swear I saw this just lurking thing, and it kind of just, so if I'm sitting on the floor, it's standing above me, and it just looks down at me, and I see these red eyes, and then it kind of just moves forward, and I was like, and I remember I paused and I just sat there for a minute. I was like, oh my gosh.
Have you
Oh my
noticed
gosh.
they always have red eyes? Why do they always have red eyes?
So they can see in the dark.
Right.
Why wouldn't they? I mean, their whole
'Cause it
purpose
wouldn't
is
be
to
scary
scare.
if they had
Yes,
red
see,
eyes.
Sandy? If you saw like blue glittering eyes or brown beautiful eyes, would you be like, ooh, that's scary? No.
Well, so I think that kind of defeats the purpose.
That's just one of my stories. I have like a bazillion, so I'm just saying that's one of mine.
That's what you got you in it. All right.
Yeah.
So I think we've kept our guest in the wings long enough. So we're going to bring her on. Her name is Monica. She's actually friends with the producer, and she's got some really interesting stories to tell. So we'll go ahead and bring her on and introduce her. Hold on just a second. This is Monica. Hey, Monica.
Hey, Monica.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Monica, please tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you here in Lubbock?
Yes, I am. I'm probably literally like right up the street from you, Joe, your producer.
Oh, and the producer. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
So we were talking earlier, and I know that you have had some experiences like really young in life, right? Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. Like there's stuff that has happened forever with us, me, my kids, everybody. So.
Wow. So you're thinking that and if I remember correctly, it's not just where you guys are at. You think it's actually been involved with you and your family the whole time.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. So Sandy, like you said on the farm and all this stuff, like I'm a farmer's daughter. So I was raised that way, and there's been stuff that has happened all my life, but my dad died when I was young. I was 18. And for a long time, I thought maybe it was him that was hanging on and like reaching out or whatever. But I feel like it's more than just that. But I'm not scared. It's not like Freddy Krueger or Jason. It's coming to get me. Like it's like scary in the fact that it's like the unknown, but it's not like I'm scared, if that makes sense.
Okay. Awesome. Tell us the story about the picture that y'all had talked about earlier.
Okay, so my like I said, I'm a farmer's daughter, and my grandparents, when my grandpa passed away, my dad was an only child, and so we inherited 2 houses and 2 farms, me and my brother. And so I moved into one house, and it was me and my boys at the time that were itty bitties. And we were at the farm in my grandparents' bedroom. And we were sitting at the end of the bed, and I was talking to them and whatever. Back then, it wasn't like cell phone cameras. It was digital cameras or whatever, where you actually took something out and took it to Walgreens and got film developed. Nobody does anymore, but you should. Anyways, so there was multiple pictures taken at a point where I was sitting there just talking to my boys, and you can see the bed and the mattress and everything change. Like it looks like creases from somebody sitting there, and then there's orbs.
No way.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Did y'all stay there and watch like the bed being undone, or did y'all run out the
No,
room?
I didn't. Like me being there in that moment, I didn't see it happening because I was like talking to my boys. I didn't see it in the moment, but after the moment is when I saw it. So let me like give a little detail too, because the second house and farm that was in this whole deal that I inherited, old school farmers, like they don't believe they ain't going to talk to you about ghosts at all. And so I ran into the old school farmhand that bought one of our farms. And the first thing he came up to me and said was, "Did anything weird ever happen into that house, Monica?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "Ghost stuff."
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. I would throw a name out there, but I'm not going to do it on social media. But he straight up said, "Did something happen? Was there ghosts, like supernatural stuff going on?" And I'm like, maybe why? And he was like, "Okay." They tore that house down.
Oh,
what?
It was that bad?
It was that bad.
They're like,
oh, wow. But he never said like what it was that.
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
So we can like fast forward to this house right now in this moment. And so, that little producer sitting on the side who knows me. So my daughter is she's 5 months pregnant right now, which is great, amazing, fantastic. She moved into her own apartment, and 2 weeks ago she FaceTimed me, and so we're like doing this whole distant media thing, which is crazy. I hate seeing myself on video. Anyway, but she like was FaceTiming me from a doctor's appointment that she was going to because I had surgery and I'm not supposed to be like going to anything. Right. And she's pregnant and she's like protecting herself from whatever. Right. And she's FaceTiming me and she's like, "Hey mom, they were asking about my shots because, you have to get certain shots growing up, whatever."
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like your measles and chicken.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We're a friendship family, go Tigers, whatever. She obviously had all her immunizations. But there's something in an impact that she didn't have, and that her OB was like, "Do you have this?" And she was asking me for a shot record, but she called me on whatever that is, the video thing on your phone.
Yeah, FaceTime.
Yeah, there you go. Good job. Sorry, I'm not smart in that area. Anyways, so she's like FaceTiming me, and I'm in my kitchen, and she's like, "Hey, Mom, who's that?" And I said, "What?" And she's like, "Who's in the house with you?"
Oh, snatch.
And I said,
Oh, gosh.
my house is 2 stories. So there's upstairs and downstairs. And I was the only one up here. And I was like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? And she's like, who was just right there next to you up here?
Shut up.
Oh my God.
Did
And
you?
I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Are you being serious? But she was asking me, long story short, she was asking me for the doctor needed her shot record to show that she had whatever she needed to have that she has. And I was like, okay, well, my knee is messed up because I had surgery and I can't get into this massive closet to dig that out right now. So anyways, that night I thought I'm going to open that closet and just see how bad it is to get to that shot record.
Mm-hmm.
I opened that closet and her shot record is out of the safe
Uh-huh.
on top of the
Oh,
safe.
nuh-uh.
No.
And
They were just helping you. They were just helping
I'm
you.
the only person up here that can get into that gun safe.
Oh, wow.
That's
Wow.
one. Woo!
Now
Oh.
it's 2 people who can do that.
So that's crazy. There's a lot of stuff that's gone on here. And like I said, and I've told Joe, the baker, producer, I'm not scared. Like I'm really
Right.
not, like it doesn't scare me. It's almost like it's kind of comforting sometimes. It's not really scary, but there is crazy stuff that happens. Like, you know what Ring doorbell is?
Oh, wait. Ringing doorbell?
The Ring doorbell.
Yeah, the Ring doorbell.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
ringing
Yeah.
now, right? So
Yeah.
last year we got Ring doorbell because somebody got in my car and I was like, oh, we need to figure out who's doing all this stuff. Anyways, so we got the Ring and then I got rid of some patio furniture. And so when the people were coming to get it on the thing, I like looked outside and there's a little boy on one of those hoverboards, you know, with
Uh-huh.
the
Yeah.
wheels or whatever. And our Ring is oversensitive. It picks up anything. Like the tree in the front yard can blow and it's like recording everything. I don't know how to fix
I'm sure though.
So that the Ring doorbell, like I don't know. Anyways, there's a little boy that's like outside and I can see him from upstairs because like that's my window right there. I can see him out there on a hoverboard and he is talking to somebody in my front yard.
Oh wow.
And he's like, oh, no, whatever. I can see him talking to something. So these people come and get this patio furniture, whatever, and we're outside. And I see the little boy again on his hoverboard in our front yard. And he's like, where's your boy? And I'm like, my boy? He's like, where's your kid? Can I play with your kid? And I was like, my kids are like all over 18. No, I don't know what you're talking about right now. And he was like, can your son come out and play? And I was like, what are you talking about? And then he went off. So I come inside and I look at the Ring. There's nobody. That little boy on the hoverboard is not on the Ring. You can see me out there.
What?
You can see the people getting the furniture out there. You don't see anybody on the hoverboard. And
What?
you don't see him talking to somebody in my yard.
He's a fancy ghost.
I'm saying,
He's one of them ghosts.
yeah,
He
yeah,
came from the right side of the tracks.
I'm saying.
That this ghost followed you from your farmhouse to here?
I don't think it's like I've had people tell me before maybe like I'm sensitive and maybe there's people here that like just want to like hang out and just whatever, which is
Yeah.
fine. And I'm cool with that. I don't say I'm psychic. I don't say anything like that. I don't want to talk to you. If you ever show up to me in person, we're done. Because I will die. Don't have a heart attack.
Can you talk to my long lost uncle,
Right.
friends.
What if I paid you $20?
Yeah, never
Monica?
gonna
You're
happen.
the Lubbock medium? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh snap! Hashtag Lubbock Medium.
Let's not do that, and let's not ever put my address or where I'm at because I
Right
want
down the
to
street from
live.
me.
I just feel like that sometimes people are more like, I get it. Like when you grow up and you're taught this is not real, this doesn't happen, we can't believe in this, it's not a true thing. I get it that you in your head you believe that, but maybe I'm more sensitive and perceptive and open to that.
Yeah.
If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
It makes
You know,
sense.
social
I've heard
worker,
that
hashtag
because,
Joe Baker's producer.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard
So
that. The
I
kids
feel
are really
like
sensitive, and then
I'm
once they get
social
older-
and maybe they feel like I can show them love, but I don't know. I'm not scared. I'm not
Go-
scared.
I have a friend who would have said ghosts need loving too.
Yeah, everybody needs love from a social distance. Just don't ever show yourself to me ever, because that's not cool. But
All right,
there's been numerous things that happen, and it's escalated here recently. And like, it's not just me; it's my kids too. They see it, they hear it, they can tell you. So you want a ghost hunt? Come on over. Let's do it after quarantine.
So what were the kids' slumber parties or sleepovers like? I guess were those always fun?
Yeah, you know.
Was there ever one that was just like what was the scariest time?
Miss Monica, I'm not staying at your house ever again.
Our house was always the cool place. Like anybody at Friendship High School, shout out, for a long time could tell you we were the cool place. But I don't know. I haven't heard a lot of the kids like their friends' stories. I know my kids' stories, and I would show you my living room and my kitchen. But my son, who is 22 and an adult, and the biggest kid I have, he's massive, a linebacker. He literally took chairs out of my kitchen because he was like my house is 2 stories, so my kitchen is above his bedroom, and he was like, those chairs keep sliding across the floor.
Shut
Oh
the
my
fuck
God.
up. No.
He did. No, totally
I believe you. I believe you. I'm just
And he's like, I can't do it, Mom. I don't know what's happening. Why are you getting up in the middle of the night? And I'm like, dude, I ain't going in the kitchen in the middle of the night.
oh
But
my
it's
God.
just like there's stuff happening, and it's so crazy.
Would you pick up the chairs and slide them instead of slide them across the floor?
Yeah, it's like poltergeist. When you set something down, you're like, go sit and slide. But I'm not gonna like, hey, do that because it probably would happen, and I would be really scared.
Have you ever wanted to set up cameras and see what it is it catches, or no?
Yeah, so here's my thing. I've been told numerous things a lot of times about enticing and intriguing and whatever. And when you truly do the ghost hunter thing or you're spiritual, I don't want to bring something in or intensify it to where it's damaging, if that makes sense.
It does.
Damaging.
Whatever is around, it's cool. We're Casper, whatever.
As long as they don't have red eyes, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know, but there's actually been
They don't
glowing
need
red
that.
eyes in our house before. So
Oh,
we're
really?
good. And your little video game story too, Mr. J Pineapples. My son plays games and was playing something, and literally I have crosses like hung on walls because that's
Right.
decorations. And when he was playing virtual reality games with his friends, like crosses literally flew off the walls.
Oh my
And
God.
It is.
We
Here,
will have to do this. We're going there because I have access to infrared cameras and a DVR. We're going to record some stuff.
Absolutely.
Monica, the next time we have you on, I want you to take your phone and turn on the HD recorder on there and just walk around your house and ask questions.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like that, I couldn't get it to work on my cell phone because I would totally be in my living room because there is like this light above my fireplace.
Uh-huh.
And my son one night was like, "Oh, you should talk to it because it's doing all this blinky crap." And I started talking to it, and you know how ghost hunters like say yes 1 blink, no 2 blink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing it, and it started doing that.
Whoa.
And I was
That's-
like, "No, I'm done."
And
So
okay,
it's
have
like
y'all
we
ever done
all-
the Ouija board? Is that maybe a reason why y'all
I
opened
did
the portal?
Ouija as a kid because
Oh snap!
Oh well,
Explains
that
it.
explains the
There
whole.
you go. There's the door open right there.
You opened a portal.
Yeah, you did.
yeah,
Into your soul. Just
and everybody acclimated. And honestly, you know what? You know, the little producer on the side over there, there's stuff that happens at our office too. And it's crazy. Like, it's not just like, maybe it's attached to me, but it's almost everywhere. It just goes.
That's-
Tell her about the iPhone thing.
Uh,
Tell about that.
so the producer is asking you to tell us a story about the iPhone thing. The iPhone thing.
Talking to her.
oh.
Oh, your iPhone was talking to you.
Oh, yeah. One time I was like,
He's like, oh yeah.
yeah, I was like, oh, is there a ghost in here or something? And it was like, oh yeah, you shouldn't provoke me. Da, 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 da. The little voice thing. That's when that's
What?
a long time ago. Whenever, like, what is it called?
Siri.
Electronic voice
Siri or something.
or what?
Siri.
Siri, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's like, that was a long time ago. Little producer on the side.
She talked to you. Siri came out and talked to you.
And it said, oh, you shouldn't provoke me because I will come get you.
Oh my God,
Oh.
no! In
Yeah,
the name of Jesus Christ, the power of Christ compels you. You do not belong here in this house, and I command you to be away. You do not have any power here. Okay, I'm just putting that out there now.
Let's put up the cross.
Gosh,
Awesome.
I have nothing else to share after
You
that.
need to go.
Like, I don't know. Wow. That
I got
is-
one. Oh, Monica. So while you're doing that, look, you reminded me earlier. You were talking about the house and who was the man next to you and stuff, right? So it reminded me of a story. When I moved up here to Bloomington, I actually moved into what I believe is a haunted house.
sure.
And I can share that now because the people who moved in after me, they were friends of ours and they go to our church too. And I was like, oh gosh, I'll just keep it to myself for now. But then the little girl started telling her parents stories of things that were happening. And they came up to me once and they were like, is the house haunted? And I was like, shut the front door. Yes. So anyway, though, here's this one crazy time. I remember it was upstairs and the upstairs bedroom faced the street outside and we were in front of a busy street. And I used to have to work from home, so I'm just kind of doodling around on my laptop or on my computer, helping customers out. And my wife, she just worked down the street a little bit, so she would come home for lunch. I remember one day where, and when you open and close the door, you'd have to close it and it'd slam and it would shake the whole front wall. This house was ancient, so the wall would just shake. That's not the ghost scary part. That's just what happened. Okay. So I remember I'm there working. And then the wall shakes. And I was like, oh, that must be my wife. She must be. And it was lunchtime. So I was like, she came home for lunch. So I had to come out of the room, walk around to the stairs, and then just kind of look down. I said, hey, babe, can you make me a sandwich, please? She was going to make her sandwich. So then I heard her say yes. I heard something say yes. And I just said, okay. So then I go back to my desk and I'm working and working. And then the door slams again. And I'm like, oh, she's left. And I was like, oh, it's time for her to go. I was like, I'll go get my sandwich. So then I run downstairs. Well, no, before that, I looked outside the window and I noticed that her car wasn't there anymore. But I didn't notice it was there to begin with. I just assumed, wow, I was like, she left fast. That was crazy. So then I go run downstairs. I go to the kitchen and then I look in the kitchen and I was like, what just happened? And all the doors are open.
Mm-hmm.
No sandwich is anywhere to be found. And I was just like,
You didn't make me a sandwich?
I was like, what? So then I get on the phone. I go grab my phone and I'm like, hey, Miss Pina, did you come home for lunch? Did you not make me a sandwich? Or why'd you leave all the doors open? And she's like, what are you talking about? I didn't come home for lunch. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so at that moment, I was like, oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. Are you sure you didn't come home? She's like, no. I was like, okay. All right, that's fine. And I remember just turning around to the kitchen and I was like, It's cool. It's cool. Nothing to see here. It's all right. And so I just closed all the doors and I went back upstairs and I was just like, okay. That was so freaky, but I've had over a dozen experiences in that house. I was locked out of the house. I heard people running up and down the stairs. I
Yep.
saw faces looking at me from behind the door and shadows moving. It was the most horriblest haunted experience I've ever had to deal with. So
Well, so my daughter she's 19 and she calls it the black dress lady.
oh dear.
And
Oh dear.
she sees it, but my boys see like a black figure in our house. And since I actually had surgery, so I'm at home because I can't really leave yet, but they've seen him like pacing up and down. So if they
Oh
try
my
to come
gosh.
upstairs, they see this black shadow figure walking back and forth.
Wow.
Wow.
You should
That-
not have played with that Ouija board. What is your problem? That is
Is
just
she
How old were you when you played with that Ouija board? That's
You know, that was the cool thing back in the day.
No, friend, I didn't.
I don't remember it ever being cool.
Game. Like it used to be fun to do this little crazy thing. It was in elementary school, maybe junior high.
Wow.
So probably, 80s, 90s. But
Working-
I don't know that that's where it was because there's always been stuff. And like I said, I'm not scared. But there's crazy stuff that happens. Like I've had stuff and it almost like when I get mad at something, which, I'm
Once
not
a week,
a violent person, but
twice a day.
sometimes when I get mad, it amplifies in our house. And there's been stuff that honestly, like I've had fireplace pokers thrown across the room. I've had dishes break. Recently have had numerous dishes break in our house that like lift and fly and flop down and break.
Are you more stressed out? Do you think that's
Well, obviously. I don't know if I can put
is
my
social
thought out there, but
stressing you out?
yeah, I
Well,
don't
she's
know
been
if I can
social
put my
distancing since
thought
like
out there, but
February, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
She had surgery.
You had surgery
I
since
did have
February.
surgery on Valentine's Day. Shouldn't do that. But I did have surgery and I had to go in timeout. So I've already been in your little undistancing project.
I saw a light behind you. Oh my gosh.
I think it's my window, but who knows? And,
I saw it with my eyes.
you can hang out anytime. Feel free. As long as we have less than 10 people and none of you have a fever coming into my house. But yeah, no, I did have surgery on Valentine's Day and I've been in timeout for a little bit. And so I have been stressed because I do have a stressful job, but it is what it is,
Yeah.
I don't feel like that intensified things. I feel like it's just, I don't know.
So
Wow.
what does having a haunted house do for like your entertainment viewing? So do you like watching the ghost stories and the scary movies
Oh,
and
absolutely, totally. I'm like, oh, dude, I can trump you on so many levels. And ghost hunters, I'm like, really, dude, you're so fake. I put some app on my phone one time, and I was like, oh, let's talk. And it started talking, and I'm like, nope, I don't want to hear what you want to say.
You have a fan, Monica. Do you know this person?
I don't know.
He did the fun-
Oh, he did the fun run
I
with us.
Probably. Your little producer right there. She knows I'm pretty social. So
Wow. That's awesome.
no,
Well-
I get it. If you don't believe, if you do believe, it's whatever.
Mhm.
And like I said, it's not to me, it's not like I don't want somebody to, and I've had people say, oh, bless your house or go get whatever, a priest and did it. No, I really don't want to, because maybe if it is somebody who's attached, like my dad or whatever, who's just like, what's up? I'm
Just
checking
having
on
fun.
you. I don't want it to go away.
yeah.
At some points it is comforting. At some points it's scary and annoying. And I don't want you here, but it is what it is.
Right.
So,
Wow.
Wow.
Well, Monica, you have been awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All
Yeah.
these stories. We definitely will be planning something here soon to go to your house as soon as everything is over with. But yeah, I think that would be awesome. Jamie, you're gonna have to make a special trip down here to take care of that. So
Flights
You
are
can-
really cheap right now, Jamie. Go ahead.
yeah, you should go ahead.
You're just gonna have to take a few tests before you come walk in my house.
Okay, sounds good. I'll be right on that, Joe, and everyone. So
Awesome. Well, Monica, thank you so much for coming
Absolutely.
through
Thank
and
you, Monica.
sharing your life stories, current life, past life stories with us. Um, but
I
little
do have a question for you, Monica, before you leave too.
Sure.
So we're going to ask the guests from our current show to give us a topic for the next day to help us as we grow. So do you have an idea for a topic that we could discuss tomorrow on tomorrow's show?
Sure. You should talk about everybody in this world is talking about how you have to love on a nurse, a doctor, all these people at grocery stores and truck drivers and farmers, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about how you should love on us that work in child welfare
Child welfare.
Okay.
and how we're, we got to keep these kids safe.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. We have to keep them safe. That little producer hiding on the side knows the truth. Love on us. Love on us. We have to keep the world safe too. And these kids being at home and not having eyes on them 24/7, it's hard. It breaks our hearts because we want to make sure everybody's okay. So love on a social worker. That's your topic.
That's
Okay.
awesome. We can definitely do that. Monica, thank you again. We appreciate it. Sandy, did you want to ask her anything or?
No, I'm good.
All right. Awesome. Monica, thank you
We've had
again.
all of our scares for the night.
We appreciate it, and we'll probably be in touch for some other things too. So I think you were a great guest. So awesome.
Thanks, Monica. Really appreciate you.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Right.
Really good night. Okay.
Yeah, really.
Wow.
Okay, so did anyone else just have like chills in the whole first part of her stories? I was like, what the heck? I'm like, how in the world? She's just like, it's okay. Hi. It's just Greg. There goes Bob over there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just like, it's not scary.
Oh,
I would have moved out.
You know what's
Yeah,
crazy?
I'd have
Is
burned the house down.
All he did was just move the chairs out. It's like I'm just gonna move the chairs because I'm tired of the. I'm just like,
I am not gonna
I
lie.
would've
That was
been,
like
propping up
stressful
the chair.
listening to.
Y'all keep moving.
Oh,
We would've been fighting.
I mean, the whole angry thing, like it throwing things, like that's a
Oh, that-
nice.
right.
mean,
and that's some legit like hate towards something. Like that thing's angry with someone. It wants to
Yeah.
hurt you.
yeah, I don't know. That's.
I think, Monica, maybe it doesn't want to hurt you, but I feel like it'd want to hurt me.
I would take it personal.
Yeah, we would have said something wrong. I would have said something wrong.
Like
Ooh.
what?
I would have been like, you come at me.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro.
Cash me outside.
Yeah.
How about that?
And her ghosts were fancy. They didn't. Not only did they not have red eyes, but they had hovercrafts too.
No, she said that they did have. There was some that had red eyes.
Right. No. That was, and the hovercrafts. So,
Oh, the hoverboard thing. Yes.
or not the hovercraft, the hoverboards that don't actually hover.
Go to the stories.
Okay. So let's go because we missed some comments because there were some that I wanted to actually talk about, but I didn't want to like take over her stories. So let's see here. We'll go back up here.
Erica has some crazy things going on in here.
Yeah.
It says here. Mark says we should get JD. JD is a friend of ours to show his ghost evidence on his video cam.
Does he have evidence of what? Mark, are you still on here? Reply back and tell us what evidence he has.
Yeah, because we want to know. 'Cause
Yeah.
we don't ever talk to him. I didn't mean to put him on blast like that, but
We'll edit that out in post. Don't worry.
And what kind of camera was he using?
Yeah. Because if he doesn't clean the camera, which I imagine he didn't, then
Right.
it'd
So
be
you-
all over the place.
tell about y'all's old haunted house.
Seriously, we had just so many things. That house, I mean, was amazing. So while we're talking about it, so we used to go work out on the farm, and we would have to leave really early.
Getting that limpia, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, how do you know? That's what I meant.
Girl, I was right out there picking
Yes,
those oranges
we had to go
too.
to the Limpia. So mom and dad would get
That's
lunch
scary.
ready, right? Mom and dad would get lunch ready the night before. So
There's JD's
my
picture.
brother was sitting in a chair, and they had the window open because we didn't have central heat and AC back in the day. And all of a sudden, this loud whistle just comes through. And my dad is fearless. Like, he was like, well, who's whistling? Let me go out there and check it out. And he went.
This was like at nighttime and everything?
Yes. It was probably about 9, 10-ish. And I mean, he went out and circled the property, and there was nothing. But I mean, that whistle just like was focused right there on that window, right above his head. And another time, this is us in Mexico. This is my brother G. My mom, we were all visiting with my grandmother in the kitchen, and it was already late. And G was sitting in my mom's lap, and he tells my mom, why is that man standing there and smiling at me?
No,
and my mom
no.
She said she just got the chills, and she's
I know how she feels. I have them now. They're multiplying.
He was telling her, look, Mom, he's just sitting there laughing with me. And my mom's like, shut up. Yeah.
He's going to follow us.
Yeah.
Ignore him. Don't pay him any attention.
We don't have the bus fare to get him home with us.
That is.
Have y'all ever stayed at the, is it Menger, MENGER Hotel in San Antonio?
No, but I have visited there with you, Joe, and Mark, and JD. And Rodimus. Maybe it wasn't you, Joe. Maybe it was Rodimus, but I thought it was you.
No, I don't remember going to the Manger Hotel.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Mark, you remember that? So we went to go visit Mark one time, and we decided to go do a few different ghosts. No, Sandy, you were there, I think.
No, that was the one time that I went with you guys was a different time. That's when we went to go look at the haunted railroad track.
Oh yeah,
That's right. It was fun doing, but now that we know it wasn't legit, it was like, oh man.
Yeah, but
anyway,
we saw the handprints in the powder. Oh.
I think I put those there. I don't know, but we went to the Manger Hotel. It's the hotel across the street from the Alamo, right?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. So we visited there, but there was nothing there, and I think they kicked us out actually. I can't remember, Mark. You'll have to help me on that part. But I remember we got in there. We went up to the 3rd story because that's where. And there's like the clearing in the middle. Man, now that I'm remembering it, it's bringing up like old Shining kind of memories too. It's like, ooh. But yeah, we walked down the halls and everything else, but nothing happened, and so we kind of left.
Yeah. So I guess it was a couple of years ago. I went and ran a marathon there, and we stayed at that hotel, and I had texted some of my friends, and I'm like, hey, I got y'all some really cool, I got them a little gift for running. And so I said, y'all just come up to the room whenever y'all get a chance. So, and Eric can attest to this. So we're sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear Sandy, and I'm like, oh, the girls are coming. I mean, I hop out of bed, I open that door because I'm going to scare them. There's nobody in the hallway.
Oh.
Like, I'm not even kidding. And I look at Eric, and I'm like, Eric, did you hear that? And he said, yeah. I said, there's nobody out here. And so anyway, we just always like wondered what that was all about.
I know what that was about. That was never mind, I'm not gonna say anything. That just
So this is why I don't see ghosts right here.
Always around Latin.
This is exactly why. It's already been proven. That's why. So I actually have a story that was sent to me by one of our viewers, and so I'm going to read that. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
And then Jamie, while I'm looking for it, this is what Mark said.
Oh, so your Thea's house. I think I've heard that story too, Mark. So since Mark can't tell a story right now, I don't remember that story, but I do want to tell a story that'll help liven the mood up because I got that little pressure in my chest because I'm like, man, I'm not going to sleep well tonight. So I want to lighten the mood up a little bit. But I have a friend. I won't mention any names, Juan. But when years ago we went to San Antonio with him, and Sandy, you were there. I was there. Joe, I think you were there too. Mark, Adam. a couple other people. Anyway, we heard this really funny story about how they would scare their little brother. So whenever they wanted to make him do something for them or kind of get their way and he wouldn't, they would tell him that there was someone who was going to scare him. If he told on them or if he didn't comply with whatever it was they wanted him to do, they told him that Buddy Holly, the singer, Peggy Sue, Buddy Holly was going to come get him if he didn't shut up.
Oh, wow.
And the way the story I remember is he believed it wholeheartedly and would never tell on them. And he would cry about it. And when they wanted to just manipulate him and control him, they would be like, Buddy Holly's coming to get you.
And to this day, he probably still believes it.
He probably, I hope he didn't propagate that out to, future generations. For a lot of it, like Sandy and I, people used to get the kukui would come and get us, or, grandma and mom would tell us stories of different ghosts and stuff. I think for JD, his kids, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. I think our friends' kids, they probably got told if you didn't watch out, Buddy Holly was going to come get you. So.
That is funny.
So,
it was Deb. It was when we went to go visit Deb.
That's right.
I wanted to tell you. So I went by Barnes & Noble probably beginning of last year. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And so I picked up Haunted Lubbock.
What?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And so it has really good stories of stuff here in town. So anyway, I've got this copy if y'all ever want to borrow it. But it's really good. It has some good stuff in there.
Wow.
Haunted Lubbock.
Check that out. Well, Jamie, while you're looking that up, I'm going to read the story. This is by one of our followers. So when we were in our house in Lubbock, I'd gone to bed and started drifting off. Totally dark in the room. You know how you just feel someone in the room with you? I looked over and saw movement. Saw Honey coming out of the bathroom. Honey is her, I'm guessing her husband, come out of the bathroom and saw movement that I assumed was him putting his watch and such on his nightstand. He stood up straight and something about his movement felt weird. And I instantly had a feeling of panic because this person's movements weren't familiar. It wasn't Honey. I was frozen for what felt like hours, but was probably seconds. Then I sat up, ready to bolt, watching the guy. The whole time, all I could think of was getting to my kid's side of the house because there was a man in the house. Just as I sat up, Honey comes in the room. I look over, and the other guy is gone. We had the house smudged, blessed, and anything else we could think of.
Oh, wow.
What?
Like he was just there to put on a watch. It's just, and that's.
Oh, he stole her honey's watch too? What a cruel ghost! Man, what a klepto!
Thank you for sharing that story with us, friend. I think.
Yeah, thank you, friend.
Yeah, time flies.
It really does. I feel the same way, Joe.
We're already at 52 minutes and going. This is just
I
crazy.
just feel like we've only shared one story.
It's because we have a great producer, is what I hear whispering in my ear here.
She's like, next segment, move it.
You already take the commercial break?
Oh, we got to take those? I forgot about those.
Wow. So yeah, that time in San Antonio when we all went, that was in the woods. What was it? The
bridge.
The bridge.
Mark, remember? Yeah, the trees. They were all like, they enveloped us.
I think it was Laura.
Because of the banshee or something like that. And then we went to the missions. Man, I think they were just trying to lose us, is what I think. So I love the story about the haunted railroads. When you drive down that road and it has all the names of the kids that died in the bus accident.
So were the roads named after the kids? I don't even remember.
Yeah, that's what. It was like Bill, Lane,
Sam,
Jane,
Road.
Bob. So, but according to the records and stuff like that, there was never a bus that got in an accident there in that area. So it's totally urban legend. And then you find out that it's all an optical illusion, that the things are actually down, the tracks are actually downhill,
but the trees are still level every moment the tree moves. So because your point of reference with the trees
Right.
doesn't change, it makes
Right.
you feel like you're going straight,
Yeah.
but you're going down.
Yeah. It was fun to be in though, because remember we saw some people trying it backwards. It was
We're like, oh, that's right. We're like, what are you even doing? You can't even ghost hunt right. It's clowns. Come on. Like you're holding up the line. That was the crazy part. Remember, there was like a line of cars
a
just
line
doing
of
this
cars.
over and over.
Do
Yeah.
y'all remember there was I can't remember whose car I was in at this point. There was a vehicle with a camper, and they had put their kid in the back, and they were right in front of us. And this kid is freaking out, like going to door and screaming, like there's nothing going on, and he is freaking out so bad because he's back there by himself. And I assumed it was a Latino family since they have a camper and a kid in the back. But I mean,
Classic
so cool.
Latino family. Classic Latino family.
It's not because you grew up in fear, is it?
That's part of the Latino starter pack too, or family starter pack.
Yes. Have y'all ever been in the camper before?
You know,
So I know
under the front seats where they used to hide the mota there. So
yeah. La Llorona.
Oh gosh. My mom has Llorona stories.
we all do. And then that movie came out and really ruined it and made everyone think, "Oh, this is just dumb." It was like,
Right.
y'all don't understand. Y'all don't. I'm glad y'all don't understand. I'm glad y'all got this silly thing going on because the rest of us who grew up, that's not how it was. Yes,
Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah, Mark. We know that. Yeah. Was it La Llorona and Chupacabra?
Chupacabra, yes. And I think he's still pretty popular.
Oh, sweet. All right, let me. Can I share my screen real quick?
Yeah, share your screen.
Let's see.
Well, you got 3 minutes, so you got to be really.
Right.
Oh, sorry. The producer's telling me 2 minutes because we still have to sign off.
Can you see it? Oh, here it is. You got to add to the screen.
What?
Joe.
Nope, can't see anything.
I can't see anything. Oh, there it is. Oh, here we go. Booyah.
There's the train tracks in San Antonio. So for anyone who's watching, this would be the point of view. Like if the car was going to the left side of the screen, the passenger side is on the right side. So if you got out of the passenger side, this is the railroad you see. I just did a quick search for the story to see what it looked like, or if there was a real story connected to it, and this is what came up. And I was like, oh yeah. So over on the left side, where you see what are those? The
Telephone poles?
The telephone poles, thank you. There's a road right next to that, and you drive down towards the camera to the, this way.
Right.
And the train tracks are literally where the camera would be sitting, if you can imagine that. So, but yeah.
It looks so much more different now.
Right, because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, at night, that thing looks spooky as heck, man.
That's
but
true.
right now, it looks kind of serene and.
Well, because that's a terrible picture. So, just kidding.
Yeah. First of all,
it's a good thing we have a photographer to show us.
We got the photographer opinion here, and that's.
That's all that matters. Thank you.
Oh, Joe! Oh, look who we have! Oh my
Daniel's son.
The last minutes of the show. What has happened to you for you to believe in ghosts, or do you believe?
Oh, he missed the first part. He told me he missed the first part.
What has to happen to you for you to believe?
Oh, what has? Oh, good question, JD.
Yeah,
Good question.
Good question.
I just need to see something. I've never actually experienced anything. So, like, I've never heard anything, never seen anything, never felt anything. So
what you're saying is you have to see, feel, and hear for you to believe.
And probably
all three factors.
Probably smell it too.
Dude,
so
we're gonna have to. Never mind. Read my mind.
Read your mind. So the producer's in my ear telling us that it's almost that time that it is that time.
I don't know. We started late, remember? And the clock still only says 58:48.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have to stop early, and I'm like, there's still more stuff I could talk about, but I can't now.
Okay, one more producer, one more story, and then I'm done.
Go for it, Sandy. Go for it.
I'm good with that.
So Eric and I did a ghost tour when we were down in Charleston, South Carolina. And it was an old
South Carolina. That's a southern place.
It was an old jail. And of course, I'm sure, they told all these stories or whatever. And so Eric was a non-believer, still kind of is a non-believer. I'm looking over at him, see if he's agreeing or disagreeing. But so and I was, big into the ghost stories and the ghost hunters and all that stuff. And we go down into the morgue, and I look over at him, and he has this look about him. And anyway, they're talking and telling all the stories that go on down there or whatever. And so he, when we come back out, we're outside, and he said, I felt a little nauseous down in the morgue. And if you've watched Ghost Hunters or anything like that, you know that you feel nauseous when there's something going on. But I don't know. He's still kind of on the fence about it. He's kind of like you, Joe, because he's never
right, yeah. So we went to Zach Bratt's. Is it Zach Haunted Museum in Las Vegas?
Las Vegas,
super creepy, and it was all kinds of like I felt creepy.
Okay,
like the guy who's doing it
just went to it, and they can share some really good stories about that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was creepy, definitely.
So was the guy who's giving you the tour creepy, or was the place creepy, or both?
The place was creepy, and then they had weird things, weird people talking and stuff like that. A little person tried to scare us with a mask on, and
did it work?
It scared the producer.
Did she throat punch the little person?
For Chris, it would have been just a face punch, right? Sorry.
And also a waste of time and money is the Winchester House in San Jose, California.
Oh, that's the waste.
I've heard of that place.
Yes.
That's the woman who kept building and building, right?
Right. Yeah, because she was afraid that the spirits of the people
who were killed with the guns
would come and get her.
And all of that is fake. It's all just been invented. It's disheartening because I just waited so many years to go.
Yeah.
Did. So anyway, if you want to go, just to go look at it, but don't believe the stories.
Right.
Monica says that we should do this from her house in the future. I'm gonna leave that to you two for the Halloween episode. And Monica, you make sure to pin us down for the Halloween episode, and they'll totally be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jamie will be there in spirit.
I'll be there in camera.
So I believe this right here. I do believe it's different for people. It wasn't ever part of my cultural growing up to talk about this type of stuff, or they never even brought it up, my family. And so that's why I'm probably not as sensitive as others or whatever. But yeah, I truly believe that too.
I feel like that was a really condescending way of saying we were really susceptible to some stuff that's not real. I don't know how y'all took it out there, but I totally am like, this guy, did he really just say that?
It was like, instead of like this, it was more like,
yeah. I think it was even there like more of IQ level.
Yeah.
You're right, Jamie.
He really
Way to
made
go,
us.
Mark. Thanks.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it is now 10:34. We are an hour and 2 minutes. We're 2 minutes over time.
Sorry.
We need to decide on tomorrow's topic. I think we're going to do, what were you thinking? Child what?
She said child welfare.
Well, okay. So
she said give props to child welfare. So I think we can do that. Yeah.
Okay, so Monica is a director for Upbring, which is...
And she always tries to recruit foster parents.
And she's always trying to recruit foster parents. So that's what her job is, for Monica's job. So I think she's just trying to, get it out there to let people know that they still need foster homes, especially in times like this. So
for sure.
I think we can do something about it tomorrow and make it a little bit more known. I don't think that's a topic we can't touch.
Okay. Cool.
Maybe it's when Joe... We'll talk about it. We'll bring you guys something tomorrow. It'll be real nice.
Something. All right. So let's do our sign off. Sandy.
Wash your hands.
For 20 seconds.
Yeah, filthy animals.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.